Do you struggle to stay on track and complete tasks? Do you constantly feel overwhelmed with the daily requirements of life? Do you ever wonder why everything seems so much harder for you than anybody else around you? Executive dysfunction is a common experience for those of us neurodivergent folks and is what we're going to be discussing in today's video, along with 5 tips to help your life feel more manageable. Hey friends, welcome to my little corner on the interwebs. If you're new here, my name's Kathlena and I'm autistic with a heavy dash of ADHD. I make videos about autism, neurodiversity, and my experiences as a late diagnosed autistic woman. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to click the subscribe button below. You can also find me on Instagram at neurodivergentme for more frequent updates. Executive functioning is known as the management system of the brain and is a set of mental skills including memory, flexible thinking, and self-control. We use these skills every day to work, learn, and manage life. Trouble with executive functioning can make it difficult to focus, follow directions, and handle your emotions. We have 3 areas of executive functioning: working memory, cognitive flexibility, and inhibitory control. Together, they are responsible for many functions, including self-monitoring, paying attention, and organization. And yes, I'm looking at notes because my working memory, due to executive functioning, is bunk. So how does executive dysfunctioning show up in somebody's day-to-day life? What does it look like? It can look like a task that you know needs to be done. You want to start it, you would like to start it and not procrastinate, but you physically cannot start that project until the last possible second, creating an immense amount of stress. It can look like forgetting the sentence that somebody just told you or forgetting your sentence mid-thought. It can look like having difficulty following multi-step directions or instructions. It can also be trouble regulating your own emotions. I've struggled my entire life to stay organized, complete tasks in a timely manner, and to just simply stay on track. I constantly feel frazzled and behind. My struggles with executive functioning has caused me a lot of shame and embarrassment and was really the reason why I originally sought out professional help, eventually leading to my autism diagnosis. Obviously, there were other things outside of just executive dysfunctioning, but this was the one that was really hard for me to ignore, especially as I became a parent and the requirements of daily life got heavier and heavier. Once I understood my brain, I was able to do things a little bit differently to better support that brain, which leads me into our 5 tips. First tip that I have is to make detailed lists. Lists are amazing because they help, for me at least, take the stress out of relying on my very unreliable memory. They also offer little hits of dopamine every time you get to mark something off the list. I have 2 ways of keeping lists. The first are written lists. I absolutely love handwritten lists. There's something for me about physically actually writing something down that really helps me remember them and feel more confident about the plan. I also really like crossing things off. And then the next way that I keep lists are in my phone. I almost always have my phone on me or my watch, so it's a lot easier for me when I have a quick thought to be able to just put it down so that I don't forget. So the first way is using my notes app, and this is just really great for when I have a quick thought that I want to remember, or maybe a book or a recommendation, just something that I want to go ahead and put down and revisit later. And then the next thing that I use is my reminders app. And this is really great because I have shared lists with my husband for like grocery lists, bills, reoccurring household tasks. We are getting ready to put our house on the market, and so we have a shared list of all of the things that needs to get done leading up to that. My next tip is kind of related to lists, but that is visual reminders. My brain is incredibly distractible. I can think of something that needs to get done, and on my way to do the task, completely forget about it. Having visual reminders really helps to keep me on task. You can put sticky notes in commonly visited areas, so if you know that you have to take your vitamins and you are at the coffee station, I almost never skip coffee, putting a sticky note on the cabinet and putting, or even just leaving your vitamins out as your visual reminder is a really great way to make sure that you're consistently taking them. We have quite a few animals, and some are better at reminding us that they need to eat than others. We have a little bearded dragon who I absolutely love and gets lots of attention, but he is not as aggressive about reminding us when dinner time is than, say, our dogs. I'm also trying to incorporate that into my son's responsibility list. So I found this really great pet feeder reminder that we have right on his cage that helps let us know if he's been fed or remind us that he needs dinner. The next tip that I have is to make anything that you can automated. Reoccurring bills should be on auto pay to avoid the stress of paying late. Last year, we invested in some home products that are automated to make our lives a little bit easier. So we have a robot vacuum, which I absolutely love. It is set to go off every day at 7 a.m. That's also a really good motivator to make sure that things are picked up so that nothing gets sucked up. We got an automatic cat box cleaner, which is great. We also have an automated mop, but that does still require me to fill it up and put it down and turn it on. So it doesn't get used as much, but my floors definitely get mopped more often now than they did before. Another thing that has been very helpful in my life is keeping freezer meals and simple pantry meals on hand. Personally, I like having really easy breakfast items in the freezer, so I'll do like a really big batch of oats and freeze them in silicone muffin cups. So those are really great. Then I can just heat it up. We can do breakfast sandwiches or breakfast burritos. I will often use those breakfast items as lunch options as well. If I get distracted and just need something really quickly, I will heat up one of those breakfast options. When I'm cooking and when I'm doing my meal planning, if I am making a recipe that week that I know freezes well, I will often plan ahead, get extra ingredients, and just make an additional dish to keep in the freezer, just so that I kind of always have something on hand. When I'm feeling really motivated, I will sometimes spend an entire day making 4 or 5 meals and putting them in the freezer, but I found that those days don't come as often, and so if I already know that I'm going to be cooking something, I will just double the recipe and pop it into the freezer. Having simple things in my pantry also really takes the pressure off of mealtime. Things like noodles and pasta sauce, pre-made rice, soups, things along those lines. If you happen to live in America, Costco is amazing for this. They have tons of really simple pantry items that you can just heat up that are not loaded with a bunch of chemicals and just really quick to put together and actually taste good. Another tip that I have for just like maintaining a clean environment is keep any specific cleaning products in the area that you need them. So for the bathroom, I have the toilet bowl cleaner, everything that I need already in the bathroom so that I don't have to think about that additional step of going to get the cleaning products. I also have this amazing little scrub brush that I will put some Dr. Bronner's soap in, which is the same soap that we also clean our bodies with. And when I take a shower, I will put in like a hair mask that I know needs to sit for like 5 minutes. And while it's sitting, I will go ahead and scrub the shower down with that cleaning brush. This really helps with the sensory experience of cleaning my shower because I'm already in there, I'm already wet, and so I don't have to feel weird about getting wet. I'll also use this brush for the sink sometimes because again, it's just already in there. If I want to scrub down some like toothpaste stains or anything like that, I can grab that and scrub down the sink really quickly. Highly recommend that one. Bonus tip, final one, and in my opinion, the best one, be kind and gentle with yourself. It is so easy to get down on ourselves when we fail to clean the kitchen or pay a bill on time. Allowing ourselves the grace to fail can be the most amazing, powerful gift. Is having a mean inner dialogue going to change anything? Try to zoom out, look at the bigger picture. Does it really matter? Probably not. So fuck it. That is my favorite phrase to say to myself when I feel my chest getting tight and I hear my inner dialogue becoming critical. Fuck it. That's it for today's video, friends. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Drop me a comment below. What is something that helps make your life feel more easy and manageable? Remember to be kind to yourself, and I will see you in the next video.